Welcome to a video from thedigital-lifestyle.com. This time we have another Wi-Fi range extender to look at, and I've looked at a variety of them in the past, some fairly low cost. This one is a little bit more expensive. This is more a premium device because this is one of the Nighthawk range for Netgear, which are the higher end devices that have got extended throughput and faster devices. So this one is a dual band AC2200. So I'm going to unbox it and we'll have a look at how we can connect it up, and we'll see what difference it makes to the signal. So here's the device. See, it's got a standard UK mains plug on it, so you can just plug that in, and then on the side here we've got factory set modes, on-off modes, access point and extender mode. I'll explain what that means in a sec. So it feels nice and well made. It's probably more solid than some of the other ones I've reviewed, and I think, you know, you stick that in a plug and it doesn't look too out of place, and it's got the indicator lights on there as well. What it means by extender or access point mode is, it means in access point mode you can plug an Ethernet cable into here from your home router into here, and that then turns this into a router, a wireless router, and to create a wireless network from your wired network. So if you've got a cable modem or something like that that hasn't got Wi-Fi on it, you can plug cable out there into this and create a new Wi-Fi network. It might be even your existing Wi-Fi access point, your router from Sky or whatever, Virgin, that's got Wi-Fi on it already, but you want to create a secondary network, so you can get a cable from there into there and create a secondary network. The other way is the extender way, and that's what really we're looking at in this video. So just briefly, I'll just explain how these work. Say you've got a dead spot in your house, a room that doesn't pick up Wi-Fi, perhaps just on the edge of the range. So sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. What you do, you place this device inside your existing Wi-Fi range, so maybe an adjacent room or on a hallway or something like that, so this can see your existing Wi-Fi. You pair it up with your existing Wi-Fi, and then it broadcasts a new Wi-Fi range. And so you imagine a circle around this, so it's then extending that further out. And there is a nice little diagram that explains that better than I can. So you've got your one range there, and where this orange range is. In this blue range, it's out of reach, so you put this device in that sort of edge of the main area and you get that extended coverage. But how easy is it to get working? So that's what I'm going to try now. So I'll power this up and we'll have a look. Right, that's plugged in now, powered on. So I'm now going to do the setup. One thing I didn't mention was that Ethernet port on the bottom as well. You can also use it to connect in extender mode to a device that doesn't have Wi-Fi, that's just got an Ethernet port. So effectively, if you want a device on your network that doesn't have Wi-Fi, then you link a cable from this device to that device, and you've got Wi-Fi in it. So to get started on here, I need to press the WPS button on here, then go and press the WPS button on my router, and that will pair them up. You can also go through the browser and do it. So I'm going to press the WPS and we'll get that connected up. So I press the WPS button now and I go and press it on my router. Okay, so now we've got a solid green light on there and the network is connected. So that means that everything should be activated and ready to go. Okay, so now everything's connected. So there is my Wi-Fi, the TARDIS one. That's the one that's our router downstairs. And here is the extenders. Look at the different signal strength. It's showing me full capacity on there. I'll try a speed test in a minute to have a look, and the same goes with I picked that up on my phone as well. So I'm going to connect up to that one. I didn't have to put in the name or anything else. It automatically did that EX, you know, the EX suffix on the end there. If you go through the manual setup, you can manually name that, but that's all up and running there. Now we can have a look at some of the settings on here. So this is the web setup for it. So I can have a look at some of the setup details. So I can actually create an account. So I'll create an account and then we can have a look at the settings. Okay, so here I am set up now. You can see that I've got the 2.5 gigahertz range one and the 5 gigahertz range one. There's an update which I won't need to do just yet. And we could use the app as well as an Android app. I think it's an Android and iOS app. So it shows you our connection statuses. We're connected on the 2.4 gigahertz range. Everything's connected up on there. The 5 gig looks like it's not currently connected, and we can do a setup, a smart setup on there. we can have a look at some of the settings. So here we can change the Wi-Fi passwords, we can enable or disable these, we can change the ID on there if we want to as well, to make them something different. This is set up to get the IP addresses from the router, my main router, but you could manually put static address ranges in there if you wanted to as well. Or this device actually gets a static address, not the device connected. What that means is basically this has automatically picked up that 113 as soon as I did the WPS connection. I could manually override that if I want to. There's a couple of devices connected already, so there you can see those have connected. And I can change the password, I can do firmware updates, and so on. So these are all the main settings that we've got, and like I said, this is in extender mode, so this is extending the existing range. I could change it to router mode with flicking that switch and have a cable in it. And like I mentioned earlier on as well, you can actually use an Ethernet cable from the bottom of there into something else that has network that doesn't have Wi-Fi. And something else which you can do this setup again if you want to reset it all. And like I said, you can manually set this up if you so desire. So this supports extreme dual band Wi-Fi up to 2200 megabits per second. It has got Netgear says it's got a very strong signal. You can see I'm quite close to it, but that's the connection. In fact, it's not even showing me my router connection from that actually the device is connected to, because I'm out of range of that, and I've got a full signal here. So I'm going to run a speed test in a moment. Netgear say you can have up to nearly a kilometre squared of coverage, 930 meters squared. So you're going to get a fair range on that, and with that good strong signal strength. So this is a bit of a premium device. It is the best one that I've tested in terms of connectivity, settings, and speed as well. So let me just I'm going to run a speed test on here. So there, running a speed test there, you can see it was picking up just above 30 when I started that, and that is the speed that I would get on a device if I was plugged in via Ethernet. So it is fast throughput on there, and like I said before, I can't even connect to my router. There you go, it's just picked it up again, it's got that weak signal. So what this means is that you can extend the range, you get good throughput, and a really solid fast device. So that's the device up and running, really handy device. More information on thedigital lifestyle.com.